What's good? It's your man Zobeone Knobe, live again with another Nomadhoops exclusive. I got my man Iliyas and I got my man Fire. You know what I mean? Iliyas is a exercise science consultant. He's a performance enhancer specialist, enhancement specialist for BAM. And basically, man, look, you guys, I met y'all in Atlanta when I was there doing the FIBA 3-on-3, and we kind of connected. And I told you what I had going on, and you told me a couple of things about yourself. But I was really intrigued about the story that you shared with me, and I wanted to have you come on my show to be able to share your story on the platform that I have. So, further ado, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, man. Go ahead, E.
Hey, what's going on, man? My name is Iliyas Rahman, and like Zoe said, my background is extensive in, exercise science, um, cardiovascular conditioning, strength training, uh, pretty much everything involving kinesiology and biomechanics is what I actually specialize in and have been working in that field for the past 17 years right now. And it's a blessing with the connections that I have and with the friends that I have from right now compared to the friends that I had 25 years ago. So what I'm doing now is exceptionally cool in my eyes, but it's really helping out the young athletes and athletes all over the world become better and prepare for their sports, their seasons. If they have injuries, I know how to refer them to the specialists. And right now, I'm actually the combine director for BAM Testing. BAM Testing is our company that services the NBA, the G League, NCAA Division One universities. I'm also in charge of running the Junior NBA Combine Series, which is sponsored by Under Armour and Junior NBA. Uh, and we actually, moving all over the East Coast and the West Coast, doing combines and all types of basketball related activities. So thank you for having me on your show today.
Man, thank you for making time to be able to, be on the show, man. Yo,
Of course.
so I know a lot of people are sitting there like, yo, okay, so we know what Ilyas do. Like, who's this fireman here,
Yeah,
yo?
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Shout out to DJ
well,
Fire, man.
I'm a long time friend of Eli. Basically, I know Eli since the early 90s. We went to high school together. We ran the streets together. We did it all together, man. Played ball together. Basically, for me, man, as now, I'm a DJ and I run a hip hop website and I work with various hip hop artists throughout the world and I also help promote them and market them and you know, in hopes of getting on in the game one day. But it's no time to wait for nobody else. It's an independent game right now, so I'm basically a one man game. I run my website by myself. I put my own content up by myself. I'm very like consistent in what I do, and I like to support my peoples that I've been running with since day one.
I hear that. Now, Eli, let me ask you a question. So one of the things I want you to kind of talk about briefly is the importance of, like, when you get a lot of athletes that come to you before they make it big, you know, like, what is some of the main things that are very important? One of the things you told me that was important that I neglected when I played in that tournament was eating.
Yeah,
I had nothing to eat that day,
yeah. I
and you
remember
told
that.
me you told me if I would have known you didn't eat, I wouldn't
Yeah.
even let you get on the court.
Word. Yeah, man. I mean, when you're talking about athletics and performance, it's just like having a car. You need gasoline to run that car's engine. And, one part of my job, as a performance enhancement specialist is improving that athlete's nutrition and giving them the right advice and direction so that they can fuel up before activity, during strenuous exercising, and even post activity, to recover muscle tissue, hydration, drinking enough water. All of those things play a key role in an athlete being able to perform at the highest level. Now, if they don't want to perform at the highest level, then by all means, they can just do what they want to do and not eat or drink the right things. But those athletes that want to see themselves go higher and higher in performance, they have to live a lifestyle of a pretty clean diet, a very, very important clean sleep habit, having enough hours of sleep to help the body recover, drinking enough water, and stuff like flexibility exercises, to help keep the muscle tissue long. Um, Therapy, maybe cold bath, cold showers, ice tubs, heat, sauna, all of those things come into play when we work with our athletes, and I give them prescriptions, if you will, to help them excel or get prepared for that next level.
I hear that. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. Now, what got you? What's your? What was your? What was your path that got you to where you're at? So if we could, let's go backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my path is pretty unique and different. I actually, like DJ Fire said, we grew up playing basketball in a rough parts of New York City, man. I grew up playing ball and moving around a rough part of New York, trying to find identity. Um, and in that process, actually, after high school and after trickling around with some college experience, I actually decided to come back home. I actually left North Carolina, came back to New York City to actually work and be at home. So I was actually young, 20 years old at the time, and my path actually took me a different route because instead of going back to college and finishing up and doing all of that stuff, I actually went into a way of not being a leader and being a follower. And because I was not being a leader and being a follower, I actually got myself into some trouble with the law, and I ended up being taken away from society, taken away from my family and my friends, and having to spend close to 5 years in federal prison. Um, and in that time of spending my time away from everyone in federal prison, I actually decided to take it on myself to study and pursue kinesiology, biomechanics, and a certification that will help me get started in the real world once I was released. So I was actually prepared. I was actually prepared by having some background knowledge and certification in the field of exercise science before I was released. So once I was released into society, I had some paperwork to actually walk me into the doors, as well as experience, knowledge wise and hands on already, which allowed me to get a job working in a gym like Gold's Gym, Bally's. I actually started off doing training in those facilities with those companies. And then from that point on, it just went uphill. Everything went uphill for me by the blessing of God, which enabled me to pursue a better career, have a more extensive job, which paid me more money to be able to take care of myself and provide for a family.
Absolutely.
See, this is the first time I've had, a guest that has had an extensive background where basically, no one wants to go to prison. So I'm going to categorize going to prison as the lowest point for anybody because nobody wants to go there.
Yeah.
And then not only did you go there, but you made something of the time that you had being there to then try to roll it into a possibility which you didn't know. You believe in yourself, your family believes in you or whatnot. But a lot of individuals that come out of the system don't don't succeed. They don't succeed
Oh
the
yeah.
way that you have and that you are.
Oh yeah.
You see a lot of movies where, a guy goes to prison, he gets out, he's down on hard times or whatever. He goes back to the hood, he sees
Right.
the crew, they give him the weight, he's doing all this stuff, and it's like that's not technically what it really is all the time. And it's not, I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna make a guess and say that's only like maybe like 50% of the time. I don't think it's as often as
Right.
people make it seem to be in movies. That's
Right.
that's
Oh yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My story is real, man. And Like I got friends who's right here with us online on the air that can vouch for everything that I'm telling you, man. Friends like him that came to see me in all of those harsh times. So, my story is real and unique, and there's people out there, friends, family, and other people out there that can actually vouch for it. And maybe one day I'll put together a book, to outline those details. But it's real, man, and I thank God that I have
Absolutely.
those friends that actually stuck around and stuck with me, man, because that was the true sign of family, not even friendship.
That's right. Now, fire, man. Let me ask you this, man. When all this stuff was going down or whatever, man, like what was going through your mind? This is your brother, man. Like, this your bro. Like there's nothing that you can really do to like get him out of a situation like that. Like, you do something, you got to go in. That's you. You got to do your time or whatever. Can't nobody else do it for you. So, like, what was going on through your mind and to kind of help yourself, but also to help him through that process.
Yeah, man, it was a tough situation. Being that they took him away, he was up top, so it wasn't easy to go visit him. So it was, we had to write him, accept phone calls. At the time, it wasn't media or nothing
No
like
cell
that. So
phone.
you
Yeah,
had it was a beeper error. So if you
yeah,
missed a call, you missed a call. You know what I'm saying? So it
yeah.
wasn't easy like communicating. So for a dude like that to stand tall and not fold and do his time and come home and I salute this man 100%, man. To be able to travel and deal with these athletes and deal with kids and this dude is amazing to me. So like he said, that I can't wait to see a book or even a documentary about just himself. Like what I mean?
Man, you should start writing, man. Start writing it down. Start putting it in there, man. I mean, like a lot of my friends tell me, just like this podcast being here, it's nothing to it but just to do it.
Yeah,
There's other people that have podcasts and look great, and but this is the only live video street basketball podcast on
Yeah,
YouTube right now.
yeah,
No one else has this platform. No one else is taking time out to just reach out to people just to
yeah,
have genuine conversation. It's giving people the opportunity to be flies on the wall
yeah,
and just listen in on a
yeah,
conversation between three brothers, just kicking the bobo.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. I mean,
man.
it's nothing super special from the outside looking in, but it's special to us at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like what makes it even more special is that there's no role models that was in front of me to do what I'm doing right now. The point of where I'm at in my career and what I'm doing for athletes all over the world, nobody showed me. Nobody was older than me and was like, "Come do this." You know what I mean? I kind of learned it and just followed God's direction and was able to get to where I'm at, man, without a role model in the same shoes that I'm in right now. You know?
So let me ask you this. So for what you do, what's some advice that you would have for, because I have younger viewers. Like I got some viewers that are let's see, my youngest viewer that I know personally is in eighth grade. He's in eighth grade.
Hmm.
I got a couple of eighth graders. I might have a seventh grader. I might, but
Right.
they're in eighth grade for the most part.
Hmm.
And they're looking at it and they're like, okay, so they don't understand exactly what it is you do. So
Right.
when I was explaining to them, I said, well, he handles a lot of the fitness tests that they
Combine.
do during the NBA combine.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
when
we
I'm doing
we
the
run
vert.
the whole combine.
So when you say the whole combine, what are I'm gonna call them exercises or events that
Hmm.
that they have to do. So what's the main? What are their actual names?
Right. Right. Okay. Well, first of all, if anybody's interested in learning more about what I'm doing, they can go online to www.bamtesting.com and they can see pictures of each combine and the actual NBA combine, as well as the junior NBA and NCAA combines that I'm involved with. Now, so real life, in regards of the assessments, because that's what is clear. That's the website right there, bamtesting.com. If they go on that site, they can see a lot and they can ask questions which I can really answer. But to answer your question, there's a handful, 5+ more assessments at the NBA Combine. We have the vertical, the max approach vertical jump. We have the standing vertical jump. We have the lane agility drill. We have the reaction shuttle, and we have the 3/4 sprint. Okay, those are all 5 assessments that are done that we run personally at the NBA Combine. Okay, so all of these kids out there that think that they want to be NBA players, yada yada yada, they need to know how to do this to get to the NBA, because no coach or scout is going to just put them on an NBA team if they don't have statistics and measurements on them. See how they move, see how they jump. This past year at the NBA Combine is in Chicago every year. And this past year, man, I watched a lot of young guys go into the draft because of their stats, because of their statistics. So, my job as a testing combine operator is to teach and to show and to run all of the combine drills. So also in the back of that, we also do height, wingspan, measurements as well. Weight, height, wingspan. All of those measurements are a part of the assessments. So all of this data is necessary for an NBA coach, scout, or general manager to see what this young athlete has to offer them. So, like I said, man, I would advise any young athlete to check our website, to call in, to ask for help, because there's no way that they can get into the NBA without doing these drills, without being seen by a scout or a general manager showcasing their abilities. It's just like the NFL combine. They have to go through it.
That's funny because so right now to my viewers that are watching, my young boys and
Yeah.
young ladies,
Yeah.
he is dropping gems
Hmm.
because you know, and you guys are growing up with trainers.
Yep.
You guys are growing up with
Coaches.
nutritionists.
Yep.
A whole bunch of things that we didn't. These three guys right here, we didn't grow up with that.
Nah.
We ate what our moms cooked, dad cooked. We on the grill. It was just there was no eating healthy. It was like, hey, eat
Word.
your green, eat your green vegetables because you're supposed to. Hey, drink milk. It make you taller. But that's a totally different conversation for another day.
Word. Word.
Um, but
Right.
but the thing is, you're saying so many things right now that are in the back of a lot of people's mind. Like you said that, and I was just thinking, I was like, man, I've never had like people ask like, what's your vertical? I'm like, I don't know what my vertical is. People ask, what's your wingspan? I'm like, I don't know my wingspan. I'm 6'6". I can almost scratch my knee,
Hmm.
but I don't know what that really equates
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And they say that
Yeah.
when you're supposed to be able your arm length is technically supposed to be your height or
Hmm.
whatever, right? So, but your wingspan can be the wingspan of a I don't know, like my wingspan could be the wingspan of somebody that's like 6'9", but
Yeah.
I'm 6'6".
Yeah. That's right.
So that
I've
means
measured.
that's not even correct then for my
That's
arm
right.
to be out.
That's right. I've measured hundreds of athletes this year. Hundreds. And I see so many differences in height, weight, and wingspan. So like you said, man, these stats are super important. And you mentioned about your seventh and eighth graders, and like I said, I also run the Junior NBA Combine Series, and those are seventh graders, eighth graders, uh, some sixth graders are involved with that as well. So they go through the whole combine drills that I put together for the NBA, the same exact ones.
And
Okay,
and that's cool.
the same exact ones. They go through the same drills everything that I do with the NBA Combine, we replicate it with the junior NBA and Division I NCAA schools. Okay, so we're teaching these kids at the younger level that this is how you need to move on a court if you're trying to get to that next level. You know, it's so much competition in the world of basketball. Everybody can dribble. Everybody can shoot a jump shot. Everybody can make a pass. But you have to compete against your statistics now. So it's a blessing, man. This job that I have, and I'm able to train and to teach, and I have a staff of employees that are positioned all over the United States, and we come together at certain events like the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament in Portsmouth, Virginia. I run that every year, and Chicago's Combine.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come out there and check you out at the Portsmouth
Oh
this
yeah,
year coming, yo.
Be there in April.
Yep, definitely gonna be out there to come see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. See, I've been there before and I've watched them play, but like I didn't know that they did the combine series there also. So they do that. It must be before the game.
The PIT is the first pre-combine before the NBA draft. And the PIT is only for the top 64 college basketball seniors in the country. Seniors.
Yep. And I noticed when I went, that everybody that was there was seniors. I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but there was definitely cats that are like big time ACC players, and this was like 3 years ago when I went. So,
and I've seen a lot of guys that I trained and tested out there that walked right into the NBA.
See, and that's the thing, man. You just got to stay focused, stay positive. You know, cause you never know. You know, he's telling y'all right now, it's more than just your game that makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is adding on to those politics that people talk about. You know, so let me ask you this: what is it? Do you know, and if you can say, is there something specific that NBA coaches want nowadays? Because you know the point guard has changed, the big man has changed. You know, I look at Taco, and Taco just played Philly.
Yeah.
And you know, like he was just.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Taco. Like how do you not pick that up? I'm surprised he went as late in the draft that he did.
Yeah.
But how do you not pick that up? So why would he be picked so far later on in the draft versus being picked so much sooner when he's basically a freak of nature in growth?
Well, you know, it's interesting you asked that. You might consider him a freak of nature in growth, but what I seen him do on the court in his testing assessments, you wouldn't call him a freak of nature. Okay.
So he might be like normal then.
So it's all about how you move. They want to see how that athlete moves. Yeah, Taco was 7'3", but how quick can he get through the lane? How quick can he backpedal out to that screen, to that pick? You know, that's the thing. You know, they looking for dynamics. You know, they looking for heart. They're looking for hard work and heart. They're looking for teamwork. You know, looking for your teammates first before you dribble 100 times and throw up a shot. You know, so a lot of scouts that we come into, they looking for different things, man. A few weeks ago, we did the pro day for Penny Hardaway and his team out in Memphis, and it was a sight that you've never seen, man. We did the pro day inside his gym, the practice facility at Memphis, and there was up to 100 scouts there around us, watching our combine and watching the boys play and practice. That's never happened in any of our combines before, but that's happened because Penny Hardaway did an excellent job recruiting young talent, and 3 or 4 of these young guys are probably going to be first-round picks.
You talking about like next year?
Yes.
But you know what? Penny knows good talent.
Yeah, you do.
For those who don't know, Anthony Hardaway.
Yeah.
Penny Anthony Hardaway, or Anthony Penny Hardaway, or whatnot. So one of the other things that I wanted to bring up about the combine was well, you named Memphis. Could you name any of the other schools that you've been to recently?
Yeah. Ohio State University, the Ohio State University, Auburn, LSU, UGA, TCU, Texas Tech, Rutgers, University of Cal State, USC. We do the West Coast. We do the East Coast. Um, the list goes on, man.
I hear it. I hear it. I remember going on the site and looking, and
Yeah,
it definitely had, pretty much all the divisions: Big Ten,
yeah,
ACC, Big East.
yeah,
Like everybody was there.
yeah. And
Pac-10.
and I forgot to tell you, the NCAA Academy that we run now. You may want to look it up. It's called the NCAA Academy, and this academy is a basketball training academy with the Combine Series involved. And this is for high school basketball players all over the country. And we run it at 4 different universities at the same time. 1,200 kids, 300 at each location. Myself and my teammates are spread out the country running the NCAA Academy to showcase what these young high school basketball players can do before they get scouted on to college.
All right. So that's NCAA.com College Basketball Academy.
Yep.
All right. Let me make sure I get that because I saw it come up, and like I said, we're having an issue. I know for those who normally watch my cast know that I would normally post the actual page and you'll be able to see it. But this is what I'm gonna have to do currently right now so people can get a chance to see, the links and so forth. But all right. I mean, like, yo, I'm really appreciative of the fact that you guys coming on and being here and being able to drop knowledge and share, your story of being down and coming up. There's a lot of people, you're a really good individual. Your networking is amazing. Like it's really amazing. Like and I say this, man, some people you do have to take in consideration of someone's past, but you should not take in consideration the past to where it defers you from noticing that someone is a good individual or not. You know, um, when you prejudge, this is me personally. When I feel like if you prejudge somebody, it's because you feel intimidated or unsure before you give anybody an opportunity.
Yeah.
But you
So
good with me.
blessings here, man. Appreciate everybody, man. And I mean, we got history, man. Me and DJ Fire, like back in the day, man, we caught a lot of basketball bodies. You understand? Me and that kid right there, man, we would travel around New York City, man. Bodies, court after court, blacktop bodies. No indoor court bodies, basketball blacktop bodies. We were just going around the city calling next. We got next.
See,
So that was my man back then, man, from playing ball all over the place, man. And yo, a lot of cats still don't want it, man, because of what we learned back then, man. So shout out to my man for having a mean crossover.
so fire, man. So you out there hooping or whatever, but when you weren't out there hooping or whatever, when did you get into DJing? I want to make sure I get a little bit of time on this. When did you get into DJing? Because in New York, when y'all play ball all day, all night. We did it here in North Carolina, but you guys got me by a couple of years.
Yeah.
So y'all generation of playing the game outside is different. So like, when did you have time to DJ? Like, when did you start doing that?
Well, I actually, I moved to Co-op in '94, but I came from a hood that full of basketball players. I come from like the project area in South Bronx, so like I got to see like Rod Strickland ball. You know what I'm saying? So like watching players like that ball, and then coming to Co-op City in the '90s and watching people ball, and going to different neighborhoods, Idlewild Projects, Cypress Avenue, going to even Brooklyn, Queens, just going from borough to borough, playing the best competition that's out there. I just loved it, man. I'm a street baller. You know what I'm saying? I never like played for like a school until I went to high school, and by that time it was late for me. I was a knucklehead in school. So for me, my grades wasn't up to par, but basketball was my life.
Oh, just lost him.
Just drop Fire out of there.
Yeah, he just dropped, man. He just dropped. I don't I don't want him to miss out, but man, we coming up on that ending or whatever too. See if he might get back in here. Let's see. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got him back.
All right.
He still got that quick recovery. Yeah, you good. You got that quick recovery, man. You good. Go ahead.
Back on. It was breaking up, but yeah, man, like I was saying, like, just going from hood to hood and watching them and one tournaments and just around the Bronx and watching good competition all the way down to Dykeman tournaments. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
was all part of that watching and unfortunately Eli wasn't he wasn't a high school team, so like I used to just go to his practice and just crack his point guards because I couldn't play. So I used to just go to his practice and just get my run like that, and
Word.
so just being around and loving the game, loving the sport, and tribute to him and like our friends. We had good childhood friends that we had my man Brenda Dunlap. He played at Virginia Tech. We had Guy
Mm-hmm.
Walton. He played at Florida A&M. So
Mm-hmm.
we had childhood friends that that was involved heavy with the league. So you know, I had to keep my skills sharp in the streets. Because these dudes coming home from college and they was in shape. So
Summertime ain't no joke.
you know,
Word.
tribute to him, man. And he's still doing it. He's still doing it. Look, he ball with you. He's playing. I seen
hmm
the footage with him and I believe Penny Hardaway. Stuff like that. Like just being
Whoa,
around these
whoa, wait,
NBA
wait.
players to still be
Hold on,
able to
fire.
do it.
Hold on, fire. You said the footage with him. You played with him? Oh man,
Excuse me.
see, you just said something I
Yeah.
ain't know. You
Yeah,
said
man.
you played. I didn't know you got to play a little bit with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Him, Mike Miller. Mike Miller's an assistant coach there, man. So, we shot
No,
around.
I could definitely ball. I could definitely ball, man. I could definitely not. I should have D1. I should definitely win D1. No lie.
I believe it.
With my
Oh,
skills, my talent, I should definitely win D1. And
word.
unfortunate that my grade wasn't up to par, and I was a knucklehead. But that's the past, and we just trying to rewrite history, baby. You know.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I relate to
Word.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, fellas, we coming to that close. So I want y'all to go ahead and I want you to shout out whatever you want to shout out, and talk about you know where we need to be going. If anybody want to stay in touch with you guys, man, like Fire, I'm gonna let you go first, man.
Well, my name is DJ Fire. I run a hip hop website, firemusic.com. That's FIYAAUSIC. That's firemusic.com. I post all the latest content from the best hip hop artists around the world. Like, I do my research before I post. So, like, it's great content on my website. I could be reached at DJ underscore fire. That's FIYAA on Instagram, Twitter, all your social media platforms.
All right. All right, go ahead. You
Yeah.
next.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for everybody for tuning in. It's my pleasure being able to come live and give out some information that may be able to help you or your youth or your team. My name is Iliyas Rahman, and I am accessible from bamtesting.com is our website, www.bamtesting.com. Email address is Iliyas@bamtesting.com. If you have questions, concerns, or if you want to come and check out one of our combines, one of my demos. If you're in Atlanta, then come see me. Whatever it is, man, we like to keep everybody abreast on what we're doing. Next year is going to be bigger than this year, which is crazy to even say, man. But I'm telling you, my guys that I work with, they just got back from China. Next year is going to be even bigger than this year. So we're working on a China project right now. And I just want people to be involved, man. Sometimes I have the ability to move around and hire at different events. So I always need, volunteers and staff. So if I come to your city, you may be able to work with me for that event. Feel free to reach out. Like I said, the website is bamtesting.com. And it's my pleasure, man. Shout out to DJ Fire. And if anybody needs their music, go see my man DJ Fire for your music, man. I've been seeing DJ Fire for my music, man, since I met him. I got classic mixtapes. Over there from the 90s that nobody got because of that guy right there, man. I got stuff that's not even on CD. Because of my man. So shout out to him for providing that fire for 30 years almost.
Nah, salute to you, man. Yo, you know what's crazy? He got stuff that I gave him that I need off of him.
See, but that's what friends are for, man.
Yeah. But shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for the platform and thank you for everything.
Appreciate
man.
you, Zoe.
It, man. Real talk, man.
Man. No doubt.
And yo, Zoe gonna be in our city. Hey, Zoe gonna be in our city pretty soon.
I followed them today.
He gonna be in New York soon, so link up with my man. Go see my man Fire. Y'all link up and kick it. He gonna be up top, man. That's our home. That's family, man.
No, definitely, man. I appreciate it, man.
You got it, man.
Definitely.
I actually followed him back today, so like. Let's get it, baby.
Yeah, man. Everybody.
Salute to you, baby.
Hey, thank you. A lot of people don't know, man. Like, this started from an idea, just me wanting to be close to the game. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't make any proceeds from this. I don't make any type of funds from it. That's not why I do it. I do it because I wanted to be close to the game. I wanted to be able to talk to certain people. I wanted to be able to have these conversations with people and let them have a place where they can just be regular people. I got friends that are celebrities and music artists and stuff like that. They can't be regular anymore. But when I sit down with them, I get a chance just to sit to the side and we just talk about old stuff, man. We ain't even talking about no music. We ain't talking about, what they acting in, man. I got buddies that are actors and directors and, all kinds of stuff, man. And it is a blessing. And I'm grateful for everything that I've received, and I'm grateful for y'all, being here. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna shut it down. And once again, it's your man, Zobeone Knobe.
Salute,
don't act
bro.
like you don't know me. You know me, Zobe, man. We out, yo.
Peace.
Wow.